Hey everyone. So today I want to walk you through PrismForge and show you how to take a rough idea and turn it into a really solid professional prompt. It doesn't matter if you're using ChatGPT, Claude, whatever. This is going to help you get better results. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing is to head over to the generator page. Uh, you'll see the text box asking you for the prompt idea. Just type in what you want help with. So let's say I want to write a blog post. I'll just put something like, help me write an engaging blog post. About productivity for remote workers. Okay, that's good. And honestly, don't overthink this part. It doesn't need to be perfect. That's literally what PrismForge is here for. Just type in what you would normally put into an LLM. Next up, you're picking between two modes. There's basic mode, which is great for simple stuff. It costs 2 credits, and detail mode, which builds out a more comprehensive prompt. It has extra context, structure, and this one costs 3 credits. All right, so for everyday tasks, basic is totally fine. But detailed is more for when you need something more polished, a little bit more complex. So you know what? For the purposes of this, I'm going to show both. I'm going to do one with both. All right, so let's select the technique now, which this is where it gets fun. This is when you start to uncover all the different techniques with regards to prompt engineering. You've had very creative people create different ways to get the most out of the LLMs. And PrismForge has a record of a bunch of them baked in. And so the default is 0 shot, which honestly works really well for most things. It really just takes your basic prompt and just expands it a little bit. Then you've got other options like chain of thought, and that's good for reasoning tasks, and role-based prompting if you want to make the AI act like a specific type of expert. Right. And just keep in mind that some of the more advanced techniques have a higher multiplier, so that might cost a little more. And as you move on and advance in your prompt engineering skills, more and more of the secret ways to create more effective prompts will be made known to you. So I encourage you to experiment, look into some of them, ask your LLM of choice to explain it to you. I'm going to choose role prompting here, and I'm also going to tell it here as a remote worker, as an experience remote worker. There you go. All right, I'm going to select an AI tool. To be honest, this is somewhat benign. It does guide the prompt generation a little bit. Some of the techniques have some nuances and some capabilities depending on the model. But I just always choose ChatGPT for the most part. I'm going to choose remote work here as the domain. And this is just helping refocus the prompt towards the domain that we're expecting. And then, of course, the output format. There's 3 different output formats: Markdown, XML, and JSON. JSON is typically, like, if you're going to use it in some sort of agentic tool like N8N, you don't necessarily need to use it for that. But if you're going to use a prompt inside code and you want to access it as structured content within the code, this is a good way to output it as. XML is a great way to have a prompt broken down in a structured way too, that is also readable by computers' programs. Markdown is like the most efficient way to write a prompt. It's the most common way, and if you ask ChatGPT to give you a prompt, this is exactly what it'll output it as, is Markdown. I prefer XML because it'll show you all the different components and how it broke down your original prompt and expanded it. So I'm going to hit generate here and just let it do its thing. All right, you see, okay, so PrismForge analyzed the idea, it figured out the domain, and it put together a really structured prompt, a big one too. Look at that, that's nice. All right, and so what we have here is the optimized version, and you can copy it straight into your clipboard or download the file and put it in your prompt library. And you could just take it right into ChatGPT, paste it right in here, and you'll get your results here. Okay, you can see how expressively this picked out the role. It gave it some context and objective and some steps and a list of tasks. And here is the result. All right, this is just a list of productivity tools that you could use as a remote worker. It's a great blog post. Wonderful. All right, so just a couple quick tips before we wrap up. All right, so your prompt history gets saved in your profile page. So what you'll see here is, if you scroll down, you'll see your prompt history. You could favorite a prompt, and once you have it in your favorites, you could use it in some of the other tools over here, which is great. But once it's in your history, you can see it here. You can copy it back to your, to your clipboard, and you could just see some of the details of the prompt from your profile page. And that's pretty much it. So now you know how to use the prompt generator to create prompts, and it takes like seconds, right? So if this was helpful, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And just let me know in the comments what you're planning to use PrismForge for. I'm curious to hear, and I'd love to know how we can make it better, or if you have any ideas of how it could better serve you, let me know. All right, and in our next video, I'll just explain how to use the prompt builder. Take care.